So they coming up with a new prison that allows inmates to serve years of their sentence in just a matter of minutes.
I don't know about y'all, but I ain't never seen no cloud in a straight line like that.
This man says he was exiled from a land beyond the ice wall.
Check this out, y'all.
Exiled from a land beyond the ice wall, and our realm is a prison.
Definitely different looking, y'all. Like from a movie. As always, thanks for watching and stay weird.
Let's freaking go, y'all. Welcome back to Unreal Reality, guys. Today, I'll be reacting to some creepy TikToks that defy all logic. Fam, we just passed 25,000 subscribers, and I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. So to anyone who's ever subscribed, liked, shared, and or commented on one of my videos, you guys have no idea how much love I truly have for each and every one of you. So with that said, I'm sure if we keep this momentum, we can hit 50K sometime in the next couple months, guys. So if you're not subscribed, do me a huge favor and go on and hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, hit that like button too, so this video gets recommended to others. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it, y'all. Yes, they had insane architecture back in the day. But need I remind you, we walk around with straight up supercomputers in our pockets that have the ability to reach anyone in the world at any time. And if you want to go back to a time where banging on a pillar to produce sound excites you, have at it. Asalu, go for it. But me, I'm gonna keep my ass right here in the 21st century with my supercomputer in my pocket. Some of these old people got me looking really bad. Tell me you don't understand content creation without saying you don't understand content creation. I'm no expert, guys, but I'm sure all that is just a watermark. So there's that, y'all.
In a huge breakthrough, scientists have now managed to genetically engineer mice to have woolly mammoth traits. Meet the woolly mouse. It's the latest development from Colossal, a company trying to bring back extinct species.
So we did not know that they would be this adorable, which makes us even more excited about the mammoth.
Ben told me they're on track to make a woolly mammoth by 2028, after they last walked the earth around 4,000 years ago. But when they say woolly mammoth, they actually mean an elephant whose DNA has been edited to include mammoth genes. And that's where the woolly mouse comes in. These have been genetically engineered to express multiple cold adaptation traits, like the rate of hair growth, the texture of their woolly fur coats, and their curled whiskers. It's been called a watershed moment in the de-extinction mission. But if you've seen Jurassic Park, you might be thinking, why mess with nature like this? For Colossal, it's about using genetics to build biodiversity in a world that's changing at a rate evolution can't keep up with. But also, Ben says it's simply too risky not to intervene.
It's forecasted that we're going to lose up to 50% of all biodiversity between now and 2050. And so we are in the sixth mass extinction that has been driven by man. And it's really important to acknowledge that, conservation works. It just doesn't work at the speed at which we are changing the planet and eradicating species.
Wow, what a huge waste of money and time. Who cares? Why do we need a woolly mammoth back? Guys, we all saw Jurassic Park. We know how that story ends. We don't even take care of the animals we currently have, but now we're making more? But what are you going to tell me is next, guys? We're creating Pokemon too?
This is wild. Cognify is a new concept for a prison reform where criminals would have the choice to choose between spending tens of years behind bars or instead opt to have AI artificial memories implanted into their brain. The idea is to treat criminals like patients and permanently change their brain chemistry by implanting these artificial memories so that when they re-enter society, they are a new and completely reformed person who mentally cannot commit any more crimes. The way that it works is that depending on the severity of the crime, AI would design these false memories to be implanted that would make the person more empathetic or in some circumstances make them physically and emotionally feel the pain of their victims and their victims' families. Even though this process only takes about 7 minutes, to the subject, it would feel like it had been years. Last year, the United States government spent $8.7 billion of taxpayer money on the prison system. This whole process would cut that spend significantly, and we could use that extra money on healthcare, education, and other technology advancements.
I'm sorry, guys. Call me old, or maybe I'm just old-fashioned, but wasn't the worst part of getting caught doing the time? Like, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Whatever happened to that? Not to mention, how is this fair to the victims and or the victims' families?
Did you see that video of that orb planet-like object that went up to the sun and was literally sucking something out of the sun?
What? What are you talking about?
I'll show the video. It like was by the sun, this like dark orb, right? And here's the sun, and it was just like, and then it goes, it's gone. And scientists are like, I'm not sure what that was.
Moving on.
Can't be sure.
Well,
that was weird.
But yeah, I saw it.
That's so scary.
Like, what could that be? Well, because you know how Einstein talks about like dark matter is like it's a physical thing. Space is not empty. It's something
full of matter and energy.
It's matter. And so like, is there a dark energy?
Dark energy? What do you mean? Sucking the sun out of all this energy? I'm dark energy. I've seen close-ups of the actual sun itself. Like you can see, like no joke, like it's like coming, like
the solar flares.
Yeah, flares or whatever. Yeah. You can literally see. It's so scary.
Oh, that's not terrifying at all. Just a giant space leech sucking the energy out of our sun. You know, just a normal Tuesday here in 2025, y'all.
Hi. Hey, Jeffrey, how are you? How's everybody doing? Good? Oh, hi. Happy? Yes. Carrie. Is anybody hungry? I just feel like everybody's got to be hungry right now. Good. I was hoping you'd say that because I have this crazy idea that I will order pizza. And so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer? Yes? Harrison? Yes? Yes? All right. Too large? What do you think? I'm going to order some pizza. That's what I'll do. So I borrowed Pharrell's hat, and I thought I'd pass it around and get some money for the pizza, because nobody ever really, what do you have, Harvey? 200?
200.
This is a start.
This is a start.
Let's see. What do you have, John? Would you have 20? Kevin?
20. That's for you.
Thanks so much. Okay. Guess what? Pizza's here.
Hello.
Come on down. I lied. We weren't going backstage. Okay. So we have just vegetables with like tomato sauce. We have cheese. We have different kinds. Who's hungry? Who's going to eat on this side? Okay. Cheese. That's a cheese. Yeah. Julia wants cheese. Who's your favorite movie star? They're here. Who do you want to talk to? The whole thing? All right. Great. Great. And then I don't have any money. Who here has... Sandy? Where's Harvey Weinstein? Harvey. Harvey.
What a weird time. Literally everyone she interacted with had or has some pretty serious allegations against them. And let me tell you, Harvey Weinstein being part of her little skit or joke speaks volumes. Guys, they were literally throwing it directly in our faces.
The brighter days
this memory erasure treatment to me, so I'm having trouble remembering the details. They're foggy because at the Brighter Days Clinic they do the memory erasure, you know?
So did Ariana Grande just admit that she's going to a clinic, some Hollywood celebrity clinic that erases her memories? I mean, that seems like concerning.
The memory erasure, they erase my memories. It's a little foggy, but...
If you could remember, struggle, tell me, give me a date. Give me a date.
You know what? I'll have to go back to the clinic and see if they can restore my memory.
They're going to be soon.
So I decided to do a quick deep dive into this clinic that she has been going to that's affecting her memory. I mean, I just can't imagine why you would want to go and erase these memories unless she's just like overstimulated, being worked to death. This seems like a standard celebrity clinic when you look at it, like on their website. They don't want to tell you too much, but you know how easily this becomes something like a cult, and we have a lot of that in California. Looking at their website, it seems like they focus a lot on mental health, but they also specialize in drug treatment and a bunch of other things. It looks like a very expensive place to go to. I just had no idea Ariana Grande was going and getting treatments there. Honestly, I just hope that she's okay because that was a bizarre response. I mean, you must admit it. Follow me for more and let's get into it.
I'm sorry guys, but some of these people need to really just get out of their whole internet echo chamber and go outside and touch grass. What's he gonna tell me next? That the phone number she provided is also real? Come on guys, you could even purchase Erase Your Mind merch. Hello, it's not real. But somebody's gonna fight me in the comments saying it is and how she's a witch with superpowers. So, you know, to each their own, I guess, guys.
What the literal, a bone on Mars?
There's a bone on Mars.
What?
Okay.
That's on Mars.
That's on Mars. That's a bone.
What?
Yeah. Certainly isn't a stone.
That does not look like a stone. And you got these from JPL?
Yeah.
Really?
Come right off a negative of Mars in their mapping series. See these little buildings? One there, one there. Here's 3 in a row.
Buildings?
Yeah.
This is on Mars.
Here's a building over here.
Is it a picture from a rover or is it a picture from a telescope or?
It's a picture from a mapping satellite.
So Jesse Michaels of American Alchemy just interviewed Joe McMoneagle, one of the most accurate and well-documented CIA remote viewers that there's ever been. Joe showed satellite mapping imagery he obtained directly from JPL, and it's definitely something worth questioning. A bone on Mars? Could this be actual evidence of something more? Perhaps proof that Mars actually had life. The imagery is real, but the question is, what is it? So let me know, what do you see? Do you see a simple rock formation or do you see a bone? Let me know.
A bone on Mars? Come on, guys. Either we have some ancient alien archaeology here or someone's dog took the game of fetch a little too far. Like interplanetary far.
Dear marine biologists on TikTok, what is this thing? I think I just found either an alien or an undiscovered thing of the ocean. This is not clickbait. Serious inquiries only. What is this thing?
Wait, seriously, what is that? It looks like a little plastic thing, but it's like a worm. What the fuck?
See? Wasn't being dramatic. I'm nervous because another wave came and splashed it and I lost it and I never found it again, and I'm scared that it like seeped into me. Anyone know what this is? And if it did seep into me, is that okay? Discovered something new.
I have a master's degree in TikTok comments, and let me tell you, that right there is a lectocephalus. And I know this because I said it in the TikTok comments repeatedly.
Have y'all seen this video floating around the internet of this man right here claiming that he is from outside the ice wall? And he was sent here to be punished. He says that the countries outside the ice wall use the countries inside as an imprisonment. And this dude's terrifying. Like, look at him. But in the video, he's speaking another language, but it says that he's saying that he was banished to our world from his. And that the worlds outside of the ice wall are absolutely beautiful and perfect. Now, if you've never seen this map, it's a flat earther map. These are our continents. This is the ice wall, and these are the continents that are said to exist outside of the ice wall. Many people don't believe in the flat earth idea, but this is a map found in a Buddhist temple in China. It was said to be made over 10 centuries ago and hidden from the government because they were burning all the maps that look like this. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that man is from outside of the ice wall, or what do you think is going on?
Flat Earth or not, that man is freaking terrifying. And I don't care how beautiful of a place he says it is. If they don't have things like general dentistry or opticians, and they all look like this man here, straight out of Howard Stern's Whack Pack, I'm good on Beyond the Ice Wall, guys. You could have it.
Mr. Rothschild, how you doing, sir? Can you tell us what went on at the Bilderberg meeting this year?
Sorry?
Could you tell us what went on at the Bilderberg meeting this year?
I didn't get that, actually, no.
The Bilderberg? You weren't there?
No.
Not this year. What went on last year?
No, I wasn't there last year. I think that was my cousin.
Your cousin was there?
Yeah. I think so. Okay. No.
Do you have a couple minutes for us, Mr. Rothschild? We have a few additional questions for you. I was asking a question inside it because I was saying that the Federal Reserve is one of these organizations that, I know, it's one of these organizations that a lot of people say is the source of inhumane projects all across the world because it's a private bank. That was started by your family.
No, it's completely untrue. I was asked that earlier. It really isn't true.
Jekyll Island, 1913, sir.
No.
I mean, but sir, just one thing. We could go on about how, you know, your family committed all these acts against society, but we just want to let you know the New World Order has no legitimacy. And that we as a people are not afraid, and we are waking up to the robber barons and the big banksters who are looting the economy with the Federal Reserve.
Well,
wow. So my man had a chance to ask a Rothschild anything in the world, and that's what he went with? Talk about a wasted and blown opportunity with the real life Mr. Burns, y'all.
This is the best flat earth proof, and why no one can drill through Antarctica. The ice wall is alive, and it's hiding something. NASA says satellites orbit in space, but why do 8,000-pound balloon rigs float at the edge of our dome instead? Why does Antarctica's ice wall heal itself when drilled, like a cosmic scab? And why do rockets launch only to hit a liquid sky that ripples like water? They claim we've mapped space, but 85% of our oceans are unexplored. Priorities, right? Earth isn't a lonely rock. It's a sealed flat plain. Satellites, balloons tethered to the dome, Antarctica's ice, a living barrier guarding the edge. That blue sky, water above the firmament, mirroring the 60% water in your body. They fake space because the truth, we're enclosed, would collapse their trillion-dollar CGI industry. Google high-altitude NASA balloons. They're right there, dangling tech over Earth, not space. Teams tried drilling Antarctica's ice for decades, only to hit sky ice that regenerates. Rockets, they don't escape. They splash against the dome like pebbles in a pond. And undersea cables? Proof we don't need satellites when the real grid is under our feet. If you're done swallowing orbit fairy tales, hit follow. This is for entertainment purposes.
The amount of evidence that I see of the world being flat is very, very convincing, guys. Now, I'm not coming out and saying that I personally believe the Earth is flat. All I'm saying is that the evidence I've seen is very convincing. Form your own opinions, guys.
Why we can't get out?
South Carolina is being ravaged by wildfires due to unusually dry conditions.
Please record this. What the f is going on, man?
Areas like Myrtle Beach in Horry County are among those affected, with nearly 500 acres burnt so far and an air quality alert active in the area.
Hurry, baby!
The governor of South Carolina, Henry McMaster, declared a state of emergency to support the wildfire response effort. Although the fires are still active, response efforts have been effective and crews are making progress. Stay tuned to the Daily Mail for more as this story develops.
So South Carolina is on fire in March. It's not even wildfire season, but yet somehow over 4,000 acres has burned in South Carolina. I'm hearing this spreading something like what happened in California. Y'all, so peep this. You got drought conditions with record heat temperatures, with crazy high winds, all seem to align at the same time while there's a fire. But it gets even weirder. Just last month, FEMA was running wildfire disaster drills in the southeast. Now, boom, we got fire. Now, I don't know. This sounds like a test run gone wrong, or maybe something bigger at play. I don't know. It's just crazy how we having all these weird events going on. All these fires. You having fires and then floods. Like what? Look, I'm not sitting here saying I know what's going on, but all I do know is that this don't feel normal. They keep saying, oh, it's climate change, but me and a lot of other people really know what's going on.
Yeah, he also failed to mention how each one of these natural disasters is literally right smack in the middle of where they're trying to build these smart cities. I gotta be honest, guys, if I didn't know any better, it kind of feels like we're being attacked, but maybe from the inside out. I don't know, guys. What do you think about all these natural disasters? Throw it in the comments, y'all. I'm very curious to hear what you say.
Unanswered questions after a 911 call in Pueblo from a funeral home and cemetery. August 11th, just before 3:30 in the morning, the police department communications center got a call that they refer to as abandoned, meaning the other person hung up. So they called back, got an answer, and heard mostly static. An officer was sent out to check out the funeral home and cemetery and says it was locked up and dark with no one in sight.
So that phone call that you just heard was coming from this funeral home and cemetery in Pueblo, Colorado. The call came in at 3:28 a.m. and when the dispatcher at the police station picked up the phone call, they listened, nobody said anything, and then the caller hung up. However, as you heard in that video, the police dispatcher then called the phone number back, and that's when they got that spooky voice. That is just one of the creepiest things I've ever heard, I do have to say. And that call and voice came from somebody or something within the cemetery gates. There's just something so eerie to me about stories of people receiving phone calls or text messages from their loved ones who have passed on, or even in this case, receiving a phone call from an empty funeral home and cemetery. It's completely unexplainable. To this day, there's been no explanation, and that audio recording haunts me.
Sounds like something straight out of a horror movie, guys. I couldn't even imagine having to be the cop that had to go back in the middle of the night, pitch black, surrounded by nothing but gravestones, and knowing that the call came from somewhere within that cemetery. No thanks, guys. I'm good.
Hey, y'all gotta see this video, man. When I tell you this Matrix is breaking down, it's breaking it down. Look at this plane, man. This thing is stuck in mid-air. This is in Naples, Florida. This was just yesterday, y'all. All right, now I'm gonna run it back so you can watch the whole video, okay? Watch this.
Plane is stuck in the sky. Bro, what the?
It's not going anywhere. Look, look, the trucks are moving, but it's staying. Look, not going anywhere.
Bro, and the lights blinking on that motherfucker. What's going on, my nigga?
Yo, when he says that, I knew it was real. When he said that, when my boy said that, I knew it was real, bro. But this is crazy, man. We've been telling y'all we live in a simulation. So they tell us these are planes, but are they really? Look, it's not going anywhere.
And the lights blinking on that motherfucker. What's going on, man?
I'm not gonna tell me that this isn't a glitch. Again, they tell us these are planes, but what are they really? Could they be projections? Could they be illusions? What if there isn't really 8 billion people like they told us? And majority of these people are just projections, just like right here. Now y'all can clearly see that that plane was going nowhere. The trucks, the cars were moving, but that plane looked like it was stuck in traffic.
This is going to blow your mind. Lockheed Martin has invented a technology for planes that allows the plane to literally change shape, grow, change color, charge itself without any wires, and also potentially fly autonomously, which for us sounds a lot like what we perceive to be UFOs. They've developed a technology called the skin of an aircraft, and it's not like your traditional paint job that's a protective layer over the plane. This acts like a living organism, and it can literally allow the plane to change shape on demand. It's more of a muscular material. So what happens is the plane has an intuitive ability to sense when the plane needs to change shape. So imagine it'd be like if you had a couch that sensed that you needed a nap, and so it changed into a recliner. This is all possible because of the plane's advanced sensors and data flow that are built into the skin using no wires. It is because of this advanced technology that the plane is also able to change color in seconds and also potentially fly autonomously.
Try and think about it like this. If they're just now letting us, the general public, know, assume they've probably had this tech for like 20, maybe 30 years. What I want to see and know about are the things that they don't tell us about. That's the stuff I want to see, the top secret stuff.
Okay, so the timeline that I'm living in, I remember the Miami accident. Like the Miami when the aliens came or whatever. I remember that. Other people don't remember that. I just asked my cousin yesterday, like, does she remember the Miami incident? And she was like, no, I never seen anything about that. Am I living in a different timeline than everybody else? Like, do anybody remember that incident and then like nothing came out of it? The dude with the camcorder, he had like a very old camcorder that he walked around with. He recorded stuff. They wouldn't release the information. There was a whole bunch of cops there. They said that they seen like 10-foot people. No one remembers that? Am I crazy? I remember that.
Oh, she's definitely not crazy. Even my own wife has absolutely no recollection or memory of the whole Miami Alien Mall incident, which is bonkers because she's on the app more than I am. Let's do it like this. If you guys remember the whole Miami Mall incident with the aliens, throw it in the comments, guys. Let us know what timeline you're on.
What's happening to this woman is one of the worst things you can ever imagine. I'm sure you've all seen films where they talk about exorcisms or ghosts living in the house, blah, blah, blah. Now, whether you believe in this or not, there has been exorcisms that have actually happened in the past. But there's also ultra-religious people who feel like they have been chosen to fulfill some kind of destiny, and sometimes it's supported by God, sometimes the devil. Sometimes they feel like someone they know has the devil inside them and they have to get it out. While other people feel like Jesus has come to them and told them to do a certain thing, and they will go and do it. This is known as religious psychosis. This is the definition of it. You can look it up, but it is actually pretty mad. Essentially like a state of insanity, but where the person genuinely believes they are doing good or are controlled by the higher power, whether they are or not. Many times believing they are the chosen one to save everybody or save a certain person who needs saving. Even when a lot of the time that person they think needs saving really doesn't, and they are just the one who is going crazy. Throughout the years, this has been a thing. People used to be chucked in mental asylums, but now there is treatment for this, but it still happens. It's genuinely terrifying.
Treatment? What type of treatment do you give a completely psychotic, insane shell of a human being? I'll tell you what you give them. You give them 2 popsicle sticks, a rubber band, and maybe a paper clip, and tell them to disarm the bomb.
This robot can fight, but not just any kind of fighting. It actually knows Kung Fu. But here's the crazy part. It taught itself. Meet the Unitree G1 AI-powered robot, one of the most advanced humanoid robots available right now. But what you're watching That's not pre-programmed. This robot learns in real time, and how it does it is absolutely incredible. Most robots move stiff and slow, but the G1 is completely different. That's because it uses something called imitation learning, which means instead of just following commands, it watches, adapts, and teaches itself just like a human would. Inside this bad boy, there are 23 high-torque actuators, which allow each joint to move with extreme speed and power. But here's the kind of scary part. It doesn't just watch and copy movements, it actually understands things like force and balance and how to counteract movements. So this means if you were to knock it over mid-fight, it wouldn't just fall, it would adjust, recover, and keep going. Now just imagine this level of AI-powered robotics applied outside of martial arts, security, law enforcement, and even military applications. A robot that can fight, recover, and adapt in real time is no longer science fiction. Humans have always been the smartest and the strongest, but when AI-powered robots outmatch us in both, what happens next?
Great. Fantastic. Just what we needed. We are now living in a world where we are one step closer to robots not only taking our jobs, but kicking our asses. And not to mention, most likely kicking our asses in perfect form. Could you imagine getting your ass handed to you by a robot who taught himself Kung Fu? Talk about adding insult to injury, guys.
So I saw the video where that woman bought that globe for her son that you had posted, and I remembered this globe. This was my grandmother's father's. It says it's made in Italy. I don't know when it was made, but she passed it down to me. And I was like, oh, well, why not check it out? And sure enough, Tartaria right there. Pretty neat, huh?
Man, forget the family jewels and heirlooms. This chick just inherited a conspiracy starter pack. A globe with Tartaria on it. Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me she has a map to Atlantis just chilling up in her attic alongside a time traveler's diary. People, if you are scraping this disgusting yellow residue off the inside window of your car from your vape pen, it might be a good idea to stop. I can't even imagine what the inside of your lungs must look like. That's all I got this week, guys. Leave us a comment, let us know your thoughts, smash that like and subscribe button, and we will see y'all next week. Peace.